I push my boot against the gas pedal, and the needle on the speedometer surges past 100 miles an hour. The Ford's lights are flashing and sirens are howling, but I'm going so fast that I'm on top of the pickup in front of me before the driver even knows I'm there. I make a move to pass him, pulling into the oncoming lane, but there's a semi headed toward me like a freight train. I don't back down. I jam on the gas and yank my F-150 back into my lane, missing the semi and the pickup by inches. Horns blare and brakes screech behind me. I'm sure the two drivers are having heart attacks. Right now, I can't let myself care. My heart is thumping like a bass drum, but I keep my hand steady. I grab my radio and call the local dispatcher. "This is Rory Yates of the Texas Ranger Division," I say. "I need backup." I give the dispatcher my badge number and the address where I'm headed. She says she has no patrol cars in the vicinity. The closest one is 20 minutes out. That's bad news, because I'll be there in 2. The whole reason I've been working down in McAllen, a border town on the southern tip of Texas, is that I had to rush into another situation with no backup. When it's your word against a dead man's, there's always a lot of controversy and scrutiny, and media attention. My division chief sent me to the hotbed of drug and human trafficking. If this situation also goes south without any witnesses to corroborate my story, that won't help my chances of returning to my old post. But I can't wait. There's a woman who might be dead by the time backup arrives. Hell, she might be dead before I even get there. I slow at an approaching intersection and take the turn as fast as the Ford's tires will let me. The rubber squeals against the pavement. As soon as I'm around the corner, my foot is back on the gas. I check my cell phone again and study the message my informant sent me, the text that sent me off on this high-speed race. 4 words. He knows about you. The text message is from the girlfriend of an ex-con who's been working with Mexican coyotes, moving illegal immigrants over the border. The boyfriend, whose name is Kevin Jones but who goes by Rip, keeps those illegals locked in a storage shed somewhere until their families fork over more money. Sometimes the families can't come up with the money fast enough, and the illegals die of starvation, dehydration, heat stroke, or a combination of all 3. Then Rip dumps the bodies into the Rio Grande. I know all this, but I don't know where the storage building is. That's where the informant comes in. Her name is Chelsea, and her daughter is in a state home. I promised her that if she helped the Texas Rangers, we'd get her visitation rights restored. And it was the truth. With her past, Chelsea will probably never get custody of her daughter again, but at least there's a good chance she'll get to see the girl again. Chelsea said she could find out the secret location of Rip's storage building, except now, it seems like it's Rip who found out Chelsea's secret. And though Chelsea is an ex-meth user with terrible taste in men, she's not a bad person. She loves her daughter. If Chelsea's dead, the blood is on my hands. When I'm close, I kill the lights and the siren and I roll into Chelsea's gravel driveway as quietly as I can. She lives in a manufactured home with chipped paint and a yard full of overgrown weeds. Chelsea's car is parked there and so is Rip's jacked up 4x4. I'm about to step out of the car when my phone buzzes again. I go cold, thinking it's a message from Chelsea. Worst-case scenarios roll through my head. I imagine Rip sending something from Chelsea's phone, a photo of her dead body lying in the mud on the bank of the Rio Grande. But when I grab my phone, there's no message. I hear the buzzing again and realize the call is coming from my other phone, my personal cell with a number that only my friends and family have. There's an incoming call from Anne, my ex-wife. When she calls, I usually drop whatever I'm doing to answer. True, she's not my wife anymore, but the two of us are still close friends. This time, Anne's going to have to wait. I step out of the car and take a deep breath, inhaling South Texas air as humid as a greenhouse. I unbuckle the strap on my hip holster, freeing my Sig Sauer for quick access, and approach the front door. I hear Chelsea crying inside. I try to see through the front window, but the house is too dark and the sunlight outside is too bright. "Come on in, Ranger," a voice calls from inside. "But keep those hands where I can see 'em, or I'm gonna blow this lying bitch's brains out."